Hey everybody, my name is Natalie Duncan-Emmons. I wanted to thank you for listening to this episode of The Morning Show. I'm the creator, the producer, and the host of the show. We want you to check out our website. It's themorningshowwithnatalie.com. You can go to that website. You can see all about our sponsors, all about the show. You can even listen to live episodes while they're going on right there from the website. Another way to listen to the show live is go to Live 365. You can download that app and just search for The Morning Show. It's right there. Super easy. We want you to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel if you will. That way you can keep up with what's going on The Morning Show. Thank you. I hope you enjoy it.
Hey friend, it's great to have you tuned into The Morning Show today. Here on The Morning Show, you'll hear your favorite Southern gospel music and some of the classics you'll never forget. And now, the hostess of The Morning Show, Natalie Duncan-Emmons.
When you wake up to the storm and all you feel are the waves crashing against your boat, you wonder if anybody remembers you or the journey that you're on. When you feel discouraged from what you see on the news or the events going on around you, well, friend, cut it off. Don't look to the left or to the right. Look up. And when everything inside of you is screaming to be afraid, to accept defeat, or to hand our enemy a victory, well, you need to sing. And then keep singing. Sing it some more. For we are God's people. And that's just what God's people do. Well, we sing.
You said sing from a life and heart, just sing. When the night is darkest, sing. Let your joy explode and let music fill the air. You can sing when there's nothing else to do, sing. When something deep inside of you tells you that life is still a wonder, just throw back your head and sing. You said sing from a life and heart, just sing. When the night is darkest, sing. Let your joy explode and let music fill the air. There's nothing else to do, sing. When something deep inside of you tells you that life is still a wonder, just throw back your head and sing. When God created living things, He knew we'd need a way to share our fears, our questions, and our dreams. Oh, there were words, but words won't do when joy swells up inside. There simply had to be a better from a life and heart, just sing. When the night is darkest, sing. Let your joy explode and let music fill the air. You can sing when there's nothing else to do, sing. When something deep inside of you tells you that life is still a wonder, just throw back your head and sing. The birds God sent on flashing wings to fill the sky with song. Put music in the brook and crashing sea.
The wind blew through the threads of grass like fingers through the strings of golden harps and made the meadow sing.
Then He said sing from a life and heart, just sing. When the night is darkest, sing. Let your joy explode and let music fill the air. You can sing when there's nothing else to do, sing. When something deep inside of you tells you that life is still a wonder, just throw back your head and sing.
The psalmist said, "Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all ye lands. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come before His presence with singing. Know ye that the Lord, He is God. It is He that hath made us, and not we ourselves. We are His people and the sheep of His pasture. Enter into His gates with thanksgiving, and into His courts with praise. Be thankful unto Him, and bless His name. For the Lord is good. His mercy is everlasting, and His truth endureth to all generations."
Then He said sing from a life and heart, just sing. When the night is darkest, sing. Let your joy explode and let music fill the air.
You can sing
when there's nothing else to do, sing. When something deep inside of you
land. And though the battle rages up ahead that I can see, I won't look back to the left or right, 'cause I know he walks with me. Well, I'm walking on with Jesus, and I know he'll guide my way. I'm walking on with Jesus till I reach that brighter day. And though my feet grow weary and I stumble in the road, he'll pick me up and dust me off and help me bear my load. Walking on with Jesus and I'm holding to his hand. I'm walking on with Jesus in a dark and sinful land. And though the battle rages up ahead that I can see, I won't look back to the left or right, 'cause I know he walks with me. One day while my Jesus walked the shores of Galilee, there were two men a fishing, casting nets into the sea, not knowing in a moment what a change that there would be. But they left those nets when Jesus said, "Will you follow me?" And they went walking on with Jesus. They were holding to his hand. I'm walking on with Jesus in a dark and sinful land. And though the battle rages up ahead that I can see, I won't look back to the left or right, 'cause I know he walks with me. Walking on, and I know he'll guide my way. Walking on, till I reach that brighter day. Walking on, there's no turning back for me. Walking on.
One day I'm gonna walk that holy highway built for me. It goes right through the desert, friend, that's all right to see. 'Cause it'll be blooming like the rose where the water's running free. And the blind will see, the deaf will hear, and the lame will walk with me. And we'll go walking on to Zion, where our sorrows have to flee. We'll walk right into glory, where our Jesus we will see. And when we meet the Father, think how happy we will be. When Jesus says, "That's my child, he has followed me."
That's why I'm walking on with Jesus and I'm holding to his hand. I'm walking on with Jesus in a dark and sinful land. And though the battle rages up ahead that I can see, I won't look back to the left or right, 'cause I know he walks with me. Yes, I'm walking on with Jesus and I'm holding to his hand. I'm walking on with Jesus in a dark and sinful land. And though the battle rages up ahead that I can see, I won't look back to the left or right, 'cause I know he walks with me. Walking on.
My name is Natalie Duncan-Emmons. You are listening to The Morning Show. Billy Graham is quoted as saying, "The Christian life is not a constant high. I have my moments of deep discouragement. I have to go to God in prayer with tears in my eyes and say, 'Oh God, forgive me,' or 'help me.'" You know, sometimes we have no clue what God is doing in our life. We can even feel alone or abandoned at times. But when you face the lowest moments of life, an invitation actually awaits. You can choose between hardening your heart and turning away from God, or keeping your heart soft and letting the moment be, well, a springboard into the plans that God actually has for you. It's not easy to keep a soft heart in those low moments. We usually don't like when trouble comes, so it's easier to get mad or to just fend for ourselves. That may seem like a good idea at the time, but it never is. For it's in the low places that God refines us. And without the low moments, we would have no strength or stamina to go where God is calling us to go. I'm glad you're listening to The Morning Show. You know there's no other place I'd rather be than right here with you. Here's the Freemans.
It's a Red Sea kind of moment. Can't believe the mess you're in. Or sleeping with the lions. The outlook looks so grim. Then God walks in. God walks in. God walks in. God walks in.
You're facing down Goliath. You're feeling mighty weak. Or headed toward the furnace. You're sweating from the heat. Then God walks in. God walks in. God walks in. God walks in. He's walking in the fire. He's walking on the sea. He's planning your deliverance, no matter what you need. He's walking through the whirlwind. He's walking through the walls. You're about to testify. He walked you through it all. When God walks in, God walks in, God walks in, God walks in. You just can't see the future. There's nothing left to say. It's all been dead and buried and sealed up in the grave. But God walks in. God walks in. God walks in. God walks in. Can't tell you how he'll answer. Can't tell you what he'll do. But miracles still happen. You're gonna see the proof when God walks in. God walks in. God walks in. God walks in. He's walking in the fire. He's walking on the sea. He's planning your deliverance, no matter what you need. He's walking through the whirlwind. He's walking through the walls. You're about to testify. He walked you through it all. When God walks in, God walks in, God walks in, God walks in.
Things are getting real, Jesus take the wheel. Only way I'm getting to the other side. Days are getting dark, life's a little hard. Blinded but I'm trying not to lose sight. I don't got this, I know you got this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I believe it before I see it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know you're gonna see me through it. If anybody can, you can do it. God, I know in the trial, in the pain, fire, in the rain, you're gonna see me through it. You're gonna see me through it. If anybody can, you can do it. And whenever my heart runs away, you say that then you're gonna see me through it. When the sky falls, who am I gonna call? The one who put it up there in the first place. Full scale attack, devil on my back, better lace him up and go put on my game face. I don't got this, I know you got this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I believe it before I see it. Yeah, yeah. I know you're gonna see me through it. If anybody can, you can do it. God, I know in the trial, in the pain, fire, in the rain, you're gonna see me through it. You're gonna see me through it. If anybody can, you can do it. And whenever my heart runs away, you say that then you're gonna see me through it. Our God is bigger than all our problems. The only one who knows how to solve them. So if you're sitting in the back, rock bottom, prayers in the air if you got them. Our God is bigger than all our problems. The only one who knows how to solve them. So if you're sitting in the back, rock bottom, prayers in the air. 'Cause I know you're gonna see me through it. If anybody can, you can do it. Gotta know in the trial, in the pain, fire, in the rain, you're gonna see me through it. You're gonna see me through it. If anybody can, you can do it. And whenever I know you're gonna see me through it.
That's our friends Avenue walking on. We are still walking on. Today is Throwback Thursday. We have guests. Yes, we do. Josh Garner is going to be here second hour, throwing it back to an old Kingsmen album called Kingsmen Live Naturally. Josh is very, very informed and intelligent about the Kingsmen. You're going to find out a whole lot of information that you might not have known. So be sure and listen to Josh Garner, second hour. For some reason, I've picked the year 1985 to focus on today. We're going to be playing 2 or 3 songs from the year 1985. We're starting with this one right here. This was a big hit for Gold City in 1985. You just may recognize it. Here we go, John Saul.
John saw Jasper Walls. Oh my, what a vision. John told us shining streets of gold, where all God's saints shall forever stroll. I wonder time and again, how could it have been to gaze upon that heavenly throne? But I wonder no more when I step on that shore, walk upon the golden ground that John saw. John saw a land, I know I'll share. Saw a river flowing there. John, tell me more. John, tell me more. John, tell it all. John saw the throne, so bright and fair. He saw the gate, with beauty rare. Someday I want to walk the golden ground that John saw. John saw Jasper Walls. Oh my, what a vision. John told of shining streets of gold, where all God's saints shall forever stroll. I wonder time and again, how could it have been to gaze upon that heavenly throne? But I wonder no more when I step on that shore, to walk upon the golden ground that John saw. John heard a voice from heaven say, I'll wash the tears, all tears away. John, tell me more. John, tell me more. John, tell it all. He said no death shall enter there, no grief or pain for us to bear. Oh, how I long to walk the golden ground that John saw. Just in the midst of paradise, John saw a tree of life. John, tell me more. John, tell me more. John, tell it all. The sun and moon no longer shine. The Lamb of God shall give the light forever shining on the golden ground that John saw. John saw Jasper Walls. Oh my, what a vision. John told of shining streets of gold, where all God's saints shall forever stroll. I wonder time and again, how could it have been to gaze upon that heavenly throne? But I wonder no more when I step on that shore, to walk upon the golden ground that John saw. John saw Jasper Walls. Oh my, what a vision. John told of shining streets of gold, where all God's saints shall forever stroll. I wonder time and again, how could it have been to gaze upon that heavenly throne? But I wonder no more when I step on that shore, to walk upon the golden ground that John saw.
All right, I told you I had 1985 on my mind. We're just going to keep it in that frame. Here's another hit from the same year. Here's the Greens. Sure sounds like angels.
I must be close to that heavenly shore, and the sounds that I hear must be from heaven's door. 'Cause lately I hear a sweet melody, and it sure sounds like angels to me. And it sure sounds like the angels such sweet harmony. And it sure sounds like angels to me.
Our Lord will return. This could be the hour, and I'll join my voice in that heavenly choir.
And on Zion's hill we'll be singing so sweet. And it sure sounds like angels to me. And it sure sounds like the angels to me. And it seems to be coming from over that sea. And I've never heard such sweet harmony. And it sure sounds like angels to me. And I've never heard such sweet harmony. Oh, it sure sounds like angels to me.
I want to remind you about the contest that's going on right now. We'll have today, tomorrow, and then 2 more weeks to get the word out about a night to remember at Salem Baptist Church, Friday night, March the 31st. You know it's going to be big. You know it's going to be epic. And if you will share this concert, then you will be added to the drawing to win one product from every one of the artists' table that's going to be there. That's the Browders, that's Ronnie Henson, that's Reggie Spires, and that's our friends Southbound. So if you will just share that on social media or however you choose to do that, now you have to let us know. You've got to tag us in the post. You got to make us aware of it or you won't be put in the drawing. We want everybody to have a chance of winning this fantastic prize, and we need all the help we can getting the word out. We need you to bring somebody. We need you to bring a group from your church, bring some of your family, bring some of your friends. Young people love Southbound. So if you've got a group of young people from school or from your church, we want you to get a group of young people together and bring them out to hear Southbound. And older people love Ronnie Henson. So this concert is for everybody. It just blankets the entire community. Nobody is left out of this. So go ahead right now, share the post, share the concert, let somebody know, and then hopefully on Friday, March the 31st, you will hear us call out your name as the winner, just like we called out Amanda Posey's name for the Jason Crabb concert. So see, there is a winner. There will be a winner. We have testimonies for that. And I hope next time it is you. So now I hope you've got your calendars marked for March 31st. I'm going to be disappointed if you don't. You don't even need a ticket. You don't need a ticket. You just need to come. These guys will be there and they will be singing this new hit song. It will be number 1. I guarantee you it will be number 1.
Hey everybody, this is Seth with Southbound and you're listening to The Morning Show with Natalie. Here's our brand new single, Lost and Found.
I won't forget the night
I stepped out of my pew, walked down the aisle. My running days were through. I knelt at the altar just as I am, gave my life to the Father and left a brand new man. Now I'm a member of the lost and found. The Lord took his pen and wrote my name down. The man that I once was is not the same man now. Everything is better. He claimed me forever. A member of the lost and found. Yeah, they took me to the water and I was baptized. He washed my dark soul like snow made it white. I lifted these two hands, no longer bound. For the first time I stood cleansed and able to shout. Now I'm a member of the lost and found. Lord took his pen and wrote my name down. The man that I once was is not the same man now. Everything is better. He claimed me forever. I'm a member of the lost and found. Now my life is everything he wanted it to be. I am saved, forgiven, so free, totally free. Oh, now I'm a member of the lost and found. I'm so glad. Lord took his pen and wrote my name down. Right now, the man that I once was is not the same man now. I know everything is better. He claimed me forever. A member of the lost and found. Everything is better. He claimed me forever. A member of the lost and found.
Hey everybody, this is Southbound, and you're listening to The Morning Show with Natalie.
Music, ministry, and more. It's The Morning Show with Natalie Duncan-Emmons.
You're listening to The Morning Show. And now, with your patriotic point of view, here's Larry Gressett.
When an unlikely partnership was formed in Philadelphia in 1974 between an NFL team, a children's hospital, and a restaurant chain, none of its members could have imagined that their dream of a home away from home for families of seriously ill children would grow to become an international phenomenon. They simply wanted to create a place where the families of seriously ill children could be with others who understood their situations and could provide emotional support. The seeds of this partnership were planted when Kim Hill, the 3-year-old daughter of the Philadelphia Eagles tight end Fred Hill, was diagnosed with leukemia. Hill and his wife camped out on the hospital chairs and benches, ate food from vending machines, and did all they could to keep Kim from seeing their sadness, exhaustion, and frustration. All around them, the Hills saw other parents doing exactly the same thing. They learned that many of the families had traveled great distances to bring their children to the medical facility, but the high cost of hotel rooms was prohibitive. They continued to think there has to be a happy medium. Through the Philadelphia Eagles general manager Jim Murray, Leonard Toast, owner of the Eagles, and Ed Renzi, the McDonald's regional manager, the team offered its support to the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. McDonald's owners, operators in Philadelphia donated proceeds from the sale of Shamrock Shakes to fulfill Dr. Evans' dream of a house that could serve as a temporary residence for families of children being treated at their hospital, which led to the first Ronald McDonald House. I'm Larry Gressett with your patriotic point of view.
The Patriotic Point of View was brought to you by Joe McGee Construction. Joe McGee Construction believes family is one of God's greatest gifts. Family owned and operated for the past 33 years, Joe McGee Construction is the proud employer of some of Mississippi's best tradesmen. Together, we are supporting our communities and working hard to ensure that every commute to work and every ride to school brings us safely home to our loved ones. Valuing faith, family, and the Magnolia State, Joe McGee Construction is building safer roads for a better Mississippi. Joe McGee is my friend, and I thank him for helping us bring you the best mix of Southern gospel music, along with your patriotic point of view here on The Morning Show.
My name is Kayla, and I wanted to say that I love when you throw in some bluegrass on the morning show. I love bluegrass music, and it always makes me so happy to hear. Thanks, Natalie. We love the morning show.
Crying holy to the Lord, crying holy to the Lord. Oh, if I could
want to talk to you about Lang's Locksmith. I've told you all about Brother Kenny Lang, how trustworthy he is. And you know as well as I do now. Well, we live in a pretty dangerous world. There's a lot going on out there. And sure, they can repair broken keys, they can duplicate keys, they can rekey, they can get you in and out of a locked vehicle. Brother Kenny can do all of those things. But did you know they can create a whole new master key for your locks? They can just completely come in and put a new set of locks on your house. And it's the best way to prevent your home security from being compromised. You have one master key that works on all the locks at your house or at your office or at your church. It's the easiest way to go. Any kind of problem you have with a lock or with a key, I guarantee you Brother Kenny Lang can take care of it. And he won't just fix it for you, but he'll do it with expertise and with kindness. You'll fall in love with him when you meet him. You'll enjoy doing business with him. And I wouldn't say that unless I meant it. You need to just go ahead and get a whole new set of locks put on your house. Get you one master key. It's the safest thing to do. Here's the number that you need to have memorized, 601-906-7764. That's 601-906-7764. You give him a call, and if it's anywhere where he can help you, well, I guarantee you he will.
I am Larry Duncan, pastor of Salem Baptist Church in Lake, Mississippi. I would like to invite everyone to our revival, beginning Sunday, March the 19th through Wednesday, March the 22nd. Sunday services start at 11 o'clock a.m. and 6 o'clock p.m. Monday through Wednesday will be 7 o'clock p.m. Dr. Danny Lanier will be the guest speaker, and we would love to have you come and join us.
We're gonna shout the glory down, join in that heavenly sound, toe tapping, hand clapping, revival. We're gonna stand and testify, hands lifted up to the sky, faith stir and shake the earth, revival.
I've been reading in the Bible about the ending of the age. And one thing that's for certain, it grows closer every day. But I am not concerned about the way it's gonna end, 'cause I've read the back of the book and we win.
I've read the back of the book and we win. No more living in darkness, we'll be living at home with him.
You see, there ain't no need to worry about it if you're born again.
I've read the back of the book and we win.
Now we all want to be winners in the games of life that we play. But friends, since I'm a sinner, I've already lost the race. But Jesus' blood can take my sin and throw it in the deep blue sea. He'll put an end to my last place living. He'll give me the victory.
I've read the back of the book and we win. No more living in darkness, we'll be living at home with him.
You see, there ain't no need to worry about it if you're born again. 'Cause
I've read the back of the book and we win. I've read the back of the book and we win. No more living in darkness, we'll be living at home with him.
ain't no need to worry about it if you're born again.
I've read the back of the book and we win.
There ain't no need to worry about it if you're born again. 'Cause
I've read the back.
I've read it.
I've read the back.
Read it too.
I've read the back of the book and we win.
Well, I'm throwing this out there. Somebody may need a little encouragement. There may be some desperate parents out there along the way. I don't know. But here's something I read out of an article. I'm just going to give it to you. If it helps, you can have it. If not, well, you can laugh and go on. But here's what the article says: 5 bad kid behaviors that you should be grateful for. Are you ready for this? There's 5 of them. Number 1, they say stubbornness. And here's why. Experts say stubbornness will become persistence. That's what it becomes. Number 2, resisting authority. Yeah, if you're having a hard time getting your kids to mind you, they say it's all right. Resisting authority will become leadership. Number 3, intense emotions. Are they dramified? Well, that's all right. They say intense emotions will become passion. Yeah, you want them to be passionate about whatever they're doing. Number 4, pickiness. Well, they say that's okay because pickiness will become ambition. And last but not least, recklessness. Does that just drive you insane if your kids are reckless? Well, they say recklessness turns into courage. I don't know about any of that. I'm not saying any of that's true. I'm just giving you something to help you through your day. If you're a desperate parent out there and that gives you a little bit of hope, well, there you go. If it gets you through your day, you can take it. If not, throw it out. Whatever helps. I know what some of you are thinking. Some of you are thinking they just need a spanking. Maybe so. I don't know. Do whatever you want.
They say this mountain can't be moved. They say these chains will never break. But they don't know you like we do. There is power in your name. We've heard that there is no way through. We've heard the tide will never change. They haven't seen what you can do. There is power in your name. So much power in your name. Move the immovable, break the unbreakable. God, we believe. God, we believe for it. From the impossible, we'll see a miracle. God, we believe. God, we believe
It's a night of Southern gospel music like you have never experienced before. Southbound, Ronnie Henson, the Browders, Reggie Spires. We're calling it a night to remember. Friday, March the 31st at Salem Baptist Church in Lake, Mississippi, starting at 7 o'clock. Not only will you hear each group sing individually, but at the end of the evening, they will all collectively stand on stage and relive the old Henson classics. Clint Brown, Ronnie Henson, Matthew Browder. They're going to sing the Henson songs that you know and love throughout all the years. You don't want to miss it. No ticket required, but a love offering will be taken. Southbound, Ronnie Henson, the Browders, Reggie Spires, Friday, March the 31st, Salem Baptist Church, 7 o'clock p.m. It's a one-time chance, and I hope you are there.
Hello, friends. This is Matthew Browder with the Browders, and you're listening to The Morning Show with Natalie.
Before the Lord's ascension, he did not fail to mention that he would return again someday to wake those that are sleeping. When it comes our time for leaving, his mighty voice will penetrate the grave.
I'm just listening for the shout coming from the eastern sky, when all God's children shall rise. In a twinkling of an eye, we'll be caught up in the sky. I've been watching and waiting, listening for the shout.
Creation now is groaning, God's children have a longing for the great event that will take place. Redemption day is nearing, we'll see the grand appearing of our blessed Savior face to face.
I'm just listening for the shout coming from the eastern sky, when all God's children shall rise. In a twinkling of an eye, we'll be caught up in the sky. I've been watching and waiting, listening for the shout.
I've been watching and waiting. I'm anticipating. I've been watching and waiting. We'll be celebrating.
I've been watching and waiting, listening for the shout. I'm just listening for the shout coming from the eastern sky, when all God's children shall rise. In a twinkling of an eye, we'll be caught up in the sky. I've been watching and waiting, listening for the shout. I've been watching and waiting, I'm anticipating. I've been watching and waiting, we'll be celebrating. I've been watching and waiting, listening for the shout.
Whenever life strikes like lightning out of the blue, there's no silver lining shining in view. Well, I don't have the power to make the clouds move, yet in my weakness there's one thing I know I can do.
When I get down on my knees, lift up my heart, tell God everything. When life falls apart, I cry to my Father, 'cause He understands. Just the one thing I know I can do until the storm is over. I'll pray my way through. before dawn. That's when I fight the hardest just to stay strong. When life's out of my hands, I keep holding on. I run to the place I know my help comes from. When I get down on my knees, lift up my heart, tell God everything. When life falls apart, I cry to my Father, 'cause He understands. It's the one thing I know I can do. Until the storm is over, I'll pray my way through. My circumstances don't change who He is, for God is still God, and just knowing this, I can get down on my knees, lift up my heart, tell God everything. When life falls apart, I cry to my Father, 'cause He understands. It's the one thing I know I can do. Until the storm is over, I'll pray my way through. Until the storm is over.
One day this storm will be over.
Until the storm is over, I'll pray my way
As we get ready to celebrate Easter, SouthernGospelPrizes.com has an Easter prize pack that you can register for. We'll give away 3 of these prize packs April 1st. Each will include Celebrate the Sound of Easter CD, an Easter in the South CD, as well as a set of resurrection eggs, Southern Gospel music for you, and a teaching tool to use with the kids or grandkids. Registration and full details on the Easter prize pack available at SouthernGospelPrizes.com. Southern Gospel Prizes for Southern Gospel fans. SouthernGospelPrizes.com.
Hey, don't forget our friend Josh Garner. He's going to be here second hour, about 7:10 this morning, throwing it back to the Kingsmen Live Naturally live album 1981. You're not going to want to miss that. It's coming up really, really soon. Here's the latest from Gold City, Once and For All.
Just imagine all the sin this world has ever known, and all the bitter seed that ever will be sown. It was placed upon a man, the one and only Christ, who suffered on the cross, on which I should have died. Once and for all, the Savior came to give His life away, to save the lost, to fight and win the war of love and hate. He paid the cost that only He Himself could ever pay. He bled and died upon a cross once and for all. As the screaming mob below watched Him cry His final cry, they didn't realize what just took place before their eyes. Then the earth began to tremble as the darkness settled in. The awesome sacrifice was now complete. Jesus broke the chains of sin once and for all. The Savior came to give His life away, to save the lost, to fight and win the war of love and hate. He paid the cost that only he himself could ever pay. He bled and died upon a cross once and for all. All the love he had within himself overcame the fear he felt when he cast my every sin into a dark defeated hell. Once and for all, the Savior came to give his life away, to save the lost, to fight and win the war of love and hate. He paid the cost that only he himself could ever pay. He bled and died upon a cross once and for all. He bled and died upon a cross. He bled and died upon a cross. He bled and died upon a cross once and for all.
We're glad you're listening this morning to The Morning Show with Natalie Duncan-Emmons. Stay tuned. The best is yet to come.
You're listening to The Morning Show. And now it's time for your pastor's perspective, brought to you this morning by Brother Tal Vardaman of Line Creek Baptist Church, Morton, Mississippi.
This was found in an article in a newspaper. The world's too big for us, too much going on, too many crimes, too much violence. Try as you will, you get behind in the race. It's an incessant strain to keep pace. You still lose ground. Science empties its discoveries on you so fast that you stagger beneath them in helpless bewilderment. The political world is news seen so rapidly, you're out of breath trying to keep pace with who's in and who's out. Everything is high pressure. Human nature can't endure it much more. It makes me smile, not because it's so true, but because it appeared June 16th, 1833, almost 190 years ago. Everything is looked at from the perspective of what we see going on around us. Solomon in the book of Ecclesiastes said there's nothing new under the sun, and that must really be true. But the book of Hebrews says that those people live by faith, looking ahead to a city built by God, not by man. And their perspective was on what was coming. And that should be our perspective too. Our worldview should be a heavenly view and not be so concerned with what's going on down here. This is Brother Tal Vardaman with your pastor perspective.
The pastor's perspective was brought to you by Salem Baptist Church in Lake, Mississippi. Salem is my home church, and I'm thrilled that they've partnered with the morning show to help us bring you, well, not only the best music in the world, but encouragement and words of life straight from God's Word. Brother Larry Duncan and the entire congregation at Salem, they invite you to come and visit whenever you get the chance. We're located just a few miles off of I-20 coming through mid-Mississippi. So if you live in our area, if you're ever traveling through our area on a Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday night, well, you stop off the lake exit and visit with us. Thank you to Salem Baptist Church for bringing you your pastor's perspective.
I am Larry Duncan, pastor of Salem Baptist Church in Lake, Mississippi. I would like to invite everyone to our revival, beginning Sunday, March the 19th through Wednesday, March the 22nd. Sunday services start at 11 o'clock a.m. and 6 o'clock p.m. Monday through Wednesday will be 7 o'clock p.m. Dr. Danny Lanier will be the guest speaker, and we would love to have you come and join us.
We're going to shout the glory down, join in that heavenly sound, toe tapping, hand clapping, revival. We're going to stand and testify, hands lifted up to
week. She's the alto singer for the group 11th Hour. You're familiar with them. We play them all the time on the morning show. Victoria is also a soloist and has a new solo album available. The album is called Days With You. Victoria wrote every single song on that album. She's going to be here tomorrow to tell us all about it. Here's one of those songs now. It's called Dead Man Walking. And right after Victoria, Josh Garner will be here on the morning show. He's throwing it back. Josh is next.
Some thought he was a gardener in Jerusalem that day. Others hallucinations when they looked upon his face. They had watched him die, so they knew this could not be. Then again he said he'd rise, so was this more than just a dream? He was a dead man walking, suffered the cross of Calvary. Dead man walking, more to the story than you can see. Dead man walking, out of the grave and on the streets. People in the town could not believe they saw a dead man walking. Chasing worldly pleasures, looking for a sense of gain. Thought I had it all together, but inside I felt such pain. Then I heard about a man who could wipe away my shame. He said he'd wrap me in his grace and take away the blame. I was a dead man walking, living in sin and such defeat. Dead man walking, searching for something to believe. Dead man walking, needing hope and liberty. Without him I was lost as I could be. I was a dead man walking. I had reached the bottom of the bottom. Problems all around, but none could solve them. Then I was presented with the truth that I could not resist, a pardon from my sin. Now I've been born again. Now I'm no longer a dead man walking. I'm not the same I used to be. Dead man walking. I was blind, but now I see. Dead man walking. Now I'm walking in victory. I'm free because His Spirit lives in me. So I'm no longer a dead man walking. Dead man walking. Dead man walking.
My name is Natalie Duncan-Emmons. You are listening to The Morning Show. Hey, it's Throwback Thursday. We've got something pretty special today. Our guest is considered, well, an expert in Southern gospel music history. His name is Josh Garner. He sang with originally the Masters Boys Quartet, spent many years with the legendary Florida Boys, went on to help form the Freedom Trio, sang with the Blackwood Gospel Quartet, the Dixie Melody Boys. He's now with the Chuck Wagon Gang. Golly, Josh, you've about done it all. It would kind of be intimidating if he wasn't such a nice guy. But he's way too nice for all that. Welcome to the morning show, Josh Garner.
Good to be here. What an introduction. My goodness. You make it sound like I can't keep a job.
You know, we try. You are much in demand. That's what it is.
That's
you are
it.
much
I like it. I like it.
Well, listen, Josh, we are excited about the day. I sent you a message, right?
Yes.
I sent you a message. I said, Josh, I want you to come on the show. I want you to talk about your favorite album, right?
And it took me all of 2 seconds to know what that was.
It took you all 2 seconds to figure out what you wanted to do. You knew instantly what your favorite album and most influential album of all time in Southern gospel music was. Tell us what it is.
My favorite album is Live Naturally from the Kingsmen Quartet. Recorded sometime, I want to say 82. I may be wrong on that. you claimed I was an expert. I used to be an expert. Time and age have made a change in me, and I'm not even sure where I was this morning. But no, that and it's hard because I grew up in Southern Illinois, and our family, literally, I only knew of three groups growing up, and it was in this order: the Kingsmen, the Cathedrals, and Gold City. That's all my folks listened to was quartets. And until I got the Singing News magazine in about 1987, I didn't know there were any other groups in gospel. You know, so, and the Kingsmen was huge in our house. My mother tells a story when I was 2 and 3 years old. I used to carry the jacket of Chattanooga Live around the house. Even if it wasn't playing, I would just carry it because I listened to it so much, even at that early age. But this one came along, like I say, around 82, 83, somewhere around there. And it's special to me also because it was recorded in Southern Illinois, Mount Vernon, which is 30 minutes from my house. And to this day, I question my parents, why were we not there for the recording? But, of course, I would have been pretty young. I was 3 or 4 when it was recorded. But a dear friend of mine that is still with us today, matter of fact, I'm going to go sing for him in a couple of weeks up in Illinois, but a gentleman by the name of Merle Fullerton was the promoter of the concerts in Mount Vernon, and he promoted this particular concert where they recorded the live album. And Merle is the one that gives the introduction for the Kingsmen at the very beginning of the album. Fantastic introduction. The crowd was hot. I mean, and I remember that auditorium. I saw the Kingsmen several times there later. It was just a perfect venue for live music. Of course, Kingsman always had the band, and the acoustics in that building were phenomenal. And it just made for a great setting. And the people of Southern Illinois, much to a lot of folks' surprise, they love gospel music. And they showed out that night because they were with them for every song, just the response. It was incredible. And you talk about legendary songs. This is where they introduced their classic song, Excuses. And songs like Beautiful Home that they still sing today. Just everything on this album is just wonderful. Start to finish.
Josh, I'm excited that you have picked this album. I'm going to be honest with you. Now, I'm a huge Kingsman fan. I have been. My first experience at a gospel concert that I can remember, you know, that influenced my life. I was 3 years old. It was in the City Auditorium in Jackson, Mississippi. And I was only 3, and I only have glimpses, of memory of that. But what I remember was Big Jim Hamill on that stage. And he just impacted me and just floored me, and just at that little bitty age, I just thought he was phenomenal. And he was phenomenal.
No, he, in my humble opinion, and we've had amazing MCs in gospel music, George Yance, Hobie Litz, J.D. Sumner, you can go on and on. But to me, Hamill was a total package because, and he could be gruff, there were a lot of people that didn't know how to take him sometimes. But the ultimate thing about Hamill, no matter who was in the group, he always made them sing like, and he did everything he could to make everyone around him shine. If you go back, he would only sing maybe 1 or 2 solos in a concert, and he was quite possibly always the best singer on the stage. But he knew his job was to make the Kingsmen look like $1 million every night, and he did that.
Wow. He sure did. He brought out the best, and he expected the best from every one of those guys. He expected the best. Well, this album I was not as familiar with. When you picked Live Naturally, I thought, I don't remember that one. And this is not a conclusive list, I'm sure. But, you had Big and Live, 1970, Chattanooga Live, 77. This one comes in, I'm showing 81. I may be off.
Yeah. No, that may be right. Like I said, my history is a little off, but that would make sense.
I'm not the expert. You are. Live from the University of Alabama, 83. My favorite of all time was Mississippi Live, 1987. And
I wonder why.
From the same reason it was recorded Jackson, Mississippi, right, down the road from us.
Yeah.
I knew every word of that. I knew everything that Jim Hamill said. I knew how the crowd was going. I just had that memorized. So I think that the Kingsmen was probably the best at making live albums. There's a lot of great groups, but I don't think anybody could outdo the Kingsmen at a live album.
No, no doubt about it. And a lot of it had to do with the fact that they had the greatest pianist of all time, Anthony Berger, and that live band behind them. To make that total sound, and that's what we're missing today in gospel music is the live music. But yeah, when it came to live albums, they set the standard. Big and Live really it opened the door, and people, they said, "Wow, what is this? This is an experience. This is more than a concert. This is an experience." And they just, followed it up with Chattanooga Live, which again, it's 1 and 2 for me. Live Naturally and Chattanooga Live are really close together.
Yeah.
But I think ultimately the song selection on Live Naturally is what wins it out for me. And
it was good.
There were more songs on it too for
And we're going to talk about them. We're going to talk about songs, and I've got more questions about this than I do answers, because like I said, now I had to go back and listen to this and go, okay, let me get familiar with this album. I was not as familiar. So I've got a few questions about it. Let's play one off of the album. Do you have one, Josh, you want to start with, or do we just pick one?
Is there any way that you could play the introduction and the first song together? Because, that just sets the mood. That just sets the mood.
That's what I was going to do. I wanted to play that. I love that first song. I think that's what we're going to do, but I wanted to make sure that was good with you. All right. We're going to play this. This will set the stage, and when we come back, Josh is going to answer some questions and give us some more details about this fantastic album. I'm excited to have Josh Garner on the morning show. Don't go anywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, in 1956, in the mountains of North Carolina, a little gospel group was formed. And it was revealed this month at the big National Quartet Convention in Nashville, Tennessee, that 250,000 gospel music fans said the mighty Kingsmen Quartet is our favorite group.
God's in the business of answering prayer, and I know He's gonna answer mine. He did it for Moses, He did it for David, He's been doing it for a long, long time. If your burden's got you down, getting heavy to bear, why not take them to the Lord up above? 'Cause God's in the business of answering prayer.
God's in the business of love. I was walking down the street when I met a man, and his head was hanging low to the ground. I said, hey, mister, can I give you a hand? Let me tell you what a secret I found. I sang him my song, and then he sang along, and all at once the tears filled his eyes. Then what a shame, as the world plays its game, the poor people never realize.
God's in the business of answering prayer, and I know He's gonna answer mine. He did it for Moses, He did it for David, He's been doing it for a long, long time. If your burden's got you down, getting heavy to bear, why not take them to the Lord up above? 'Cause God's in the business of answering prayer.
God's in the business of love. Life brings you moments of heartache and pain. Let me tell you, they're not easy to bear. And sure there's sunshine and sure there's rain, I'm sure that there's a God who cares. Why do you climb the mountain when by faith you can pray and make them fall in the sea? Why do you keep on fighting when you could be delighting in the peace and joy and love that's free?
God's in the business of answering prayer, and I know He's gonna answer mine. He did it for Moses, He did it for David, He's been doing it for a long, long time.
If the burden's got you down, getting heavy to bear, why not take them to the Lord up above?
'Cause God's in the business of answering prayer.
God's in the business of love.
All right, John, now I'm looking at the cover of the album, and I've just pulled it up on YouTube. Now, remember, I'm not familiar. I didn't hear this back in the day. I'm looking at the cover. I see Ray Dean on the bass. Now, Eldridge is on here. I see Jim Hamill. Is that Ernie on the tenor?
That is the little giant, Ernie Phillips, my hero. that, at the early age, he was the draw for me. When I was a kid, I saw that little man, barely stood, 5'2" or whatever he stood. But my goodness, the voice that came out of that little guy, it was incredible. And being a young kid, naturally I sang first tenor, the high part. And so I copied everything that he did. And truly one of the great gentlemen of our business, one of the greatest gentlemen I've ever known in my life. We unfortunately lost Ernie a couple of years ago, but just a true giant of a man, as Hamill called him, the little giant, for sure.
Josh, it makes me sad. I don't think I ever met him. I'm not sure that unless he was on that stage when I was 3 and I don't remember it, I don't think I ever saw him in concert. My earliest memory goes back to Gary Shepard. Did Gary take Ernie's place?
He did.
Okay, so that's what I go back to. So I don't remember the days of Ernie. There's another character on the cover that's singing that I don't know either. I don't know if you could tell me who that is.
Yeah, that's Wayne Maynard. Wayne, incredible singer, could sing lead or baritone, and played bass guitar for them as well. Another just absolute hero of mine. This was a fantastic lineup of vocalists. You talk about that classic Kingsmen sound. They all had that strong point to their voice that just pierced right through, and it was probably my favorite lineup, just to be honest.
Oh, it's strong. I've enjoyed going back and listening to it, preparing for this. They rock the world. I mean, and it's true Kingsmen. I mean, there's no doubt about that. And I see Anthony. He's on the piano. Mm-hmm. I don't know all of the band members, but anyway, I'm sure.
Well, Greg Fox, of course, was on drums. And this was a short period where Gary Dillard had left the group. I think he might have gone back to school or something like that. And a gentleman by the name of Sam Crow is playing the utility instruments, fantastic picker. And he got an amazing response. He had a banjo solo on the album, and I believe it was on Beautiful Home, and the crowd just went crazy. But yeah, excellent picker. And it only lasted with him for a short while Gary Dillard came back. But yeah, the band was tight and solid, and it was incredible.
Okay, let me ask you this. Now, we've had Nick Bruno on our show before, and when I interviewed Nick and did some research for that, I found out that he produced the album and produced the original cut of Excuses. Now, Excuses is on this album. Does that Nick Bruno produce this album?
You know what? I'd have to go back and look at the cover, because I can't think off the top. I know Hamill and Foxy would have at least executive produced, and Hamill probably produced a lot of it himself. But it's very possible, because I know they continued to work with Nick even after he left the group. But I would have to, you stumped me on that one. I'd have to look at the jacket.
I did try to look this up. I did try to Google the credits, but I can't find a whole lot about it online. So
yeah, and unfortunately, I'm actually on the road right now with the Chuckwagon Gang.
Yeah.
So I don't have a copy in front of me, or if I were at home, I could tell you right away.
But now there was a studio cut of Excuses as well. You had the live cut, and there was a studio cut. So maybe Nick produced the studio cut. I'm not sure.
And honestly, you don't hear that one ever. It exists, but the live one was so incredible, and that's the one they sent to radio. So that's the one that everybody knows and remembers.
Can we play it? I mean,
there's
never a bad time to play Excuses. I mean, people love
not at all.
So let's take a break. We're coming right back. Let's just play Excuses, because it's so much fun, and then we're going to come back, and I'm going to tell you my favorite one on the album, and then Josh, you can tell me your favorite one on the album. Here's Excuses. You know you love it.
Excuses, you'll hear them every day. Now the devil, he'll supply them if from church you stay away. When people come to know the Lord, the devil always loses. So to keep them folks away from church, he offers them excuses.
In the summer it's too hot, and in the winter it's too cold. In the springtime, when the weather's just right, you find someplace else to go. Well, it's up to the mountains or down to the beach or to visit some old friend. Or just to stay home and kind of relax and hope some of the kin folks will start dropping in. Well, the church benches are too hard, and that choir sings way too loud. Boy, you know how nervous you get when you're sitting in a great big crowd. The doctor told you now you better watch them crowds. They'll set you back. But you go to that old ball game because you say it helps you to relax. Well, a headache Sunday morning and a backache Sunday night. But by work time Monday morning, you're feeling quite all right. While one of the children has a cold, pneumonia do you suppose? Why the whole family had to stay home
Just to blow that poor kid's nose.
Excuses, you'll hear them every day. Now the devil is flying, if from church you stay away. When people come to know the Lord, the devil always loses. So to keep them folks away from church, he offers them excuses.
Well, the preacher, he's too young, and maybe he's too old. The sermons, they're not hard enough, and maybe they're too bold. His voice is much too quiet like. Sometimes it gets too loud. He needs to have more dignity, or else he's way too proud. Well, the sermons, they're too long, and maybe they're too short. He ought to preach the word with dignity instead of stomp and snort. Well, that preacher we've got must be the world's most stuck-up man. While one of the ladies told me the other day,
Well, he didn't even shake my hand.
Excuses, you'll hear them every day. Now the devil, he'll supply them if from church you stay away. When people come to know the Lord, the devil always loses. So to keep them folks away from church, he offers them excuses. So to keep them folks away from church, he offers them excuses.
Okay, Josh, I love a lot of these songs, but some of them, as I listened to this, were new to me.
Yes.
Like, I made a covenant with my Lord.
Mhm.
I love that, but maybe I've heard that back when a long time ago, but I don't know. I don't know that I have.
Probably they had actually cut it. That was a song that they brought back for the live album. They had done it studio version years before, and it's a great song live.
It was great. It was great. What I consider some of these songs I consider hymns, like "Love Lifted Me." I'd rather be an old time Christian. Today they're kind of considered just classics, really.
Yeah, they are. Of course, Rather Be an Old Time Christian, an Albert E. Brumley song. Again, one that they had used before, but it just works so well live. John Perrick actually recorded it first with them, but Little Ernie, when he came on, he had his own little spin on things and did a fantastic job on that. But especially there at the end when you talk about a master class in putting on a concert. Hamill was, again, he was just the very best at knowing how to read an audience and following the leading of the Holy Spirit to lead you in a time of worship. The end of that album to me, it's better than any worship service I've heard lately. Just to be honest with you. But and you mentioned "Love Lifted Me." I'm gonna go ahead and jump the gun. You mentioned it earlier, but you talked about your favorite cuts. Of course, Hamill had done that before. I think he even did it on Big and Live. But when he does his own version with the slowed down tempo, and then they build to that huge ending. And this was actually the highest key they had recorded that in, because Ernie could go up and top that note, whatever it was. It's an unbelievable note. But when he gets to that ending, oh my goodness, even if I'm listening to it driving down the car, I want to jump through the roof, because it's a huge moment. And I love it so much.
Is that your favorite on the album, Josh?
It probably is. I'll be honest. It's the one I listen to the most, just because it's so exciting. Just the way the song, the way they build to that huge climax at the end, it gets me every time.
It's good. And all that information Josh just gave you, that's why we called him an expert, because he knows stuff right there. He knows so much. Okay, since that's Josh's favorite, and it is such an epic cut of this, Well, Josh, we have to stop and play that. But that's what we're here to do, right? To focus on this album. And
No, you got to let the people hear it.
that's what we're going to do. So we're going to play this. They're going to love hearing Hamill sing it. Here's Love Lifted Me.
I was sinking so deep in sin. I was far from the peaceful shore. Very deeply I was stained in sin, sinking to rise no more. But the master of the sea, he heard this old sinner's feeble cry. Safe, oh, safe mine. Sing it with me now. Love lifted. Yeah, let them sing, boys. Oh, love. Yeah. Lifted. When nothing else can help. Think about it. Oh, came down. Yes. Lift it. Let us send it now. Come on, Ernie. And when nothing else can
Josh, you know what my favorite song? I love Shake Hands with a Poor Boy. I love him.
Yeah.
But I
Oh,
think
cuz.
Yeah. I think my favorite, as far as just to sit down and listen to it and never get tired of it, is Beautiful Home.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they still sing it today just because it's such a classic song. Great quartet song. Of course, with raised bass lines and then all the guys answering. It's just a fun song to sing, a great message, and a great live song to perform. That's why they're still doing it here 40 years later.
Yeah, it is. We're gonna play that to go out. I just wanted to throw this in about the Kingsmen, that the Kingsmen Quartet had so many through the years, so many people to go into the Hall of Fame. Now, the Kingsmen were inducted as a group to the Gospel Music Hall of Fame in 2000, but you had Eldridge Fox, you had Big Jim Hamill, Anthony Berger, Ray Dean Reese, Squire Parsons, Mark Trammell, Ernie Phillips, Arthur Rice. All of those men at some point were with the Kingsmen, and they're all in the Hall of Fame. That's pretty impressive. That's a legendary group right there.
Oh yeah, and I'll give you a little inside baseball here. They were always my favorite group growing up, and it was my dream to sing for them. And just to be honest and put everything out there, I've had the opportunity at least 3 different occasions that I know of where they had called and said, hey, we need somebody. Can you do it? And you know what? The timing was never right. I don't believe it was the Lord's will for me to do it at the time. The first time, and this is funny, you remember the old answering machines we used to use?
Oh, yeah.
I still have an answering machine that has Greg Fox's message when he called and said, hey, can you come sing with us? Yeah. But I had only been with the Florida Boys for about a year, and I knew that wasn't the right thing to do, and it wasn't. And I'm glad I stayed where I did. But and then, just through the years, Ray has called a couple times, and circumstances just weren't right. And I've had the chance to fill in with them. I've sung with them on stage many, many times, and it's always an honor. And they, they've always treated me like family. And Ray is such a precious friend. And all the guys are proud of the current group. They're kind of rebuilding right now, but they're still keeping that sound alive. And I'm always going to be a Kingsman fan, no matter what.
Well, I'm with you, Josh. I am too. They've stood the test of time.
No doubt.
And it says a whole lot about you that they come back to you when they need somebody. They call Josh Garner.
Well, it is an honor just to be considered. But like I said, I've had enough opportunities with them on stage to where I lived out my fantasies with them. So,
but who knows down the road? I mean,
that's true.
Down the road, there may be an opportunity, or it may be right.
Yeah.
The Lord say now's the time, and we may see Josh Garner as part of the Kingsmen. Who knows?
You can't ever tell.
You can't ever tell. Josh, I'm glad you picked this album. I'm glad you educated me about this album. It's been a whole lot of fun. You truly are a Kingsman expert.
Fan more than anything. But they're my brothers, and I love them. And all those Hall of Fame guys you mentioned, it's been my great honor to be able to get to know them and be friends with them. And I got to sit under Hamill's learning tree for a few years before he passed away. And he's my hero without a doubt. But just this album is incredible. I'm so glad we got a chance to share it with the folks, remind some folks who had heard it before, and introduce it to the ones who hadn't. But get all their live albums. They're all incredible. And believe me, you'll be thankful you did.
Every single one of them. And we only played it today, just a handful. You need to go out to YouTube and experience the entire thing. That's what you need to do. Josh Garner, I appreciate you spending some time on the morning show. You have a friend here. Don't forget it.
Thank you, Natalie. It's always an honor to talk to you. And anytime you want to do it again, just give me a holler.
I'm going to hold you up to that, okay?
All right.
All right. I know you're on the road. You be careful out there.
Okay, we'll do.
Thanks, Josh.
Beautiful home of mansions bright. And I know I live in
have come too far to turn back now. There's an end inside we see, and the Lord has brought us safe thus far with His grace and perfect peace. But too many battles have been lost with the finish line in sight. So let us keep the faith and win this race before the day turns into night. When you're halfway up the mountain, there's no time to rest a while. When you're halfway to your victory, you must go that extra mile. Just keep pressing on, though the road is long. When your feet get tired, still you must walk on. Oh, when you're halfway up the mountain, just keep climbing to the top. With our back to every valley low, in the land of shadows dark, let our eyes be lifted to the skies, for the triumph shall be ours. We have been here many times before, and we've never been alone. In every circumstance, He's not failed us yet, so let us just keep traveling on. When you're halfway up the mountain, there's no time to rest a while. When you're halfway to your victory, you must go that extra mile. Just keep pressing on, though the road is long. When your feet get tired, still you must walk on. Oh, when you're halfway up the mountain, just keep climbing to the top. When you're halfway up the mountain, there's no time to rest a while. When you're halfway to your victory, you must go that extra mile. Just keep pressing on, though the road is long. When your feet get tired, still you must walk on. Oh, when you're halfway up the mountain, just keep climbing to the top. Just keep pressing on, though the road is long. When your feet get tired, still you must walk on. Oh, when you're halfway up the mountain, just keep climbing to the top. Keep on climbing, just climbing to the top. Climbing to the top.
Hey everyone, this is Randy, your friendly morning show announcer, taking just a second to remind you that you can find the morning show on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and search The Morning Show, Natalie Duncan-Emmons, and it pops right up. Once there, you can listen to all of the past shows, episodes, interviews that you might have missed. So go to YouTube, search The Morning Show, Natalie Duncan-Emmons, and listen to The Morning Show as long as your little heart desires. Hey, thanks again for supporting Natalie and The Morning Show, and as always, may the Lord richly bless you.
Well, I want to talk to you about the good folks over at Hometown Roots in Sebastopol, Mississippi. Hometown Roots is not only an amazing boutique with lots of gifts and fashion. Well, Hometown Roots is a florist that can provide all of your floral needs, and they do it with excellence. Kitty Ladner and all the folks at Hometown Roots, they're flower experts, and they create some of the most beautiful live flower arrangements that I've ever seen. Cut arrangements, single flower arrangements, mixed arrangements, the compact arrangements, that's the little small flower arrangements. Well, they do it all. Have you ever sent someone flowers? Well, you should try it. It's a great feeling, and it doesn't have to be for a special occasion. I've sent people flowers just to say, I appreciate you, or I know you've been having a tough time. Flowers are appropriate for any occasion, and flowers say it better than any words. So I think we should be sending more flowers. I believe it'd be a good thing. So call Hometown Roots today, 601-625-7512. You can look them up on the Facebook. You can send a message. It's super easy. But let's make somebody's day better today or this week with a fresh cut arrangement from Hometown Roots. It'll make you feel better too. Hometown Roots, that's just the place to be. We're here to let the world know God's got a song, and it is the song of salvation through Jesus Christ and Him alone. And we will sing this song, and we will play this song as long as we have breath in these bodies. And then the Lord will give us a new song, a song that only the redeemed can sing, and we will sing that song through all of eternity. My name is Natalie Duncan-Emmons, and you are listening to The Morning Show. It's a night of Southern gospel music like you have never experienced before. Southbound, Ronnie Henson, The Browders, Reggie Spires. We're calling it a night to remember. Friday, March the 31st at Salem Baptist Church in Lake, Mississippi, starting at 7 o'clock. Not only will you hear each group sing individually, but at the end of the evening, they will all collectively stand on stage and relive the old Henson classics. Clint Brown, Ronnie Henson, Matthew Browder. They're going to sing the Henson songs that you know and love throughout all the years. You don't want to miss it. No ticket required, but a love offering will be taken. Southbound, Ronnie Henson, The Browders, Reggie Spires, Friday, March the 31st, Salem Baptist Church, 7 o'clock p.m. It's a one-time chance, and I hope you are there.
Shame tried to tell me, keep looking back. Guilt held me captive to the pain of the past. Regret used to whisper, you had your chance. But Satan's a liar, I know who I am. I am saved by the blood of the Lamb. I am free. Yeah, I've been born again. I am forgiven, a child of the King. There ain't no shame on me. No, 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 no shame on me. Fear is a coward, and doubt is a thief, and worry can drive you straight to defeat. But there is a promise He's given to me. The battle's been won, yeah, He's my victory. I am saved by the blood of the Lamb. I am free. Yeah, I've been born again. I am forgiven, a child of the King. There ain't no shame on me. No shame. There's no shame on me.
I am Larry Duncan, pastor of Salem Baptist Church in Lake, Mississippi. I would like to invite everyone to our revival, beginning Sunday, March the 19th through Wednesday, March the 22nd. Sunday services start at 11 o'clock a.m. and 6 o'clock p.m. Monday through Wednesday will be 7 o'clock p.m. Dr. Danny Lanier will be the guest speaker, and we would love to have you come and join us.
We're gonna shout the glory down, join in that heavenly sound, toe tapping, hand clapping, revival. We're gonna stand and testify, hands lifted up to the sky, face stir and shake the earth, revival.
It's been a long year, can we all agree? Feels good to be back in Tennessee. Ain't no place I'd rather be, sitting next to you, next to me. How you been, how you been, how you been? Picking right up with some real old friends. Been so long it should be a sin, but here we are again. We're having a revival, good Lord, hallelujah. These red dirt road disciples got spirits running through us. It's rowdy reminiscing and tailgate conversation. Yeah, we got this down home, hometown congregation. Having a revival, revival, revival. Having a revival, revival, revival. 6 strings by the fire, everybody singing like a choir. Another year older and wiser, but we ain't gonna act our age. No way! How you feel, how you feel, how you feel? Any kind of night seeing mud on the wheels. All these trucks circled up in the field just like we used to do. We're having a revival, good Lord, hallelujah. These red dirt road disciples got spirits running through us. It's rowdy reminiscing and tailgate conversation. Yeah, we got this down home, hometown congregation. Having a revival, revival, revival. Having a revival, revival, revival. Call us prodigal sons, all in town for some fun. We've been gone, but we're back like we ain't never left. Yeah, we're boot scooting, dancing, and clapping our hands like a family. Yeah, man, feeling blessed. Having a revival, good Lord, hallelujah. These red dirt road disciples got spirits running through us. It's rowdy reminiscing and tailgate conversation. Yeah, we got this down home, hometown congregation. Having a revival, good Lord, hallelujah. These red dirt road disciples got spirits running through us. It's rowdy reminiscing and tailgate conversation. Yeah, we got this down home, hometown congregation. Having a revival, revival, revival. Having a revival, revival, yeah.
Well, I sure hope you enjoyed Josh Garner today as we threw it back to the Kingsmen Live Naturally album 1981. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Well, I'm a Kingsmen fan, so of course I enjoyed it. And I always love talking to Josh Garner, so the day has been fantastic. Tomorrow we'll be joined by our featured artist of the week, Victoria Boland. Don't miss that. We're going to leave you with Jason Davidson from right around Sebastopol, Mississippi. Lord willing, I'll see you in the morning.
Moses at the Red Sea, Pharaoh closing in. Standing at the water, sure looked like the end. But God was up to something the people didn't know. He'd roll the tide, open wide the waves to make a road. When everybody doubted on the shore that day, I can just imagine hearing Moses they wouldn't bow. Lord, no, they wouldn't bend. King gave the order, minute they were thrown. Fire was hot, but what a shock when they were not alone. This world still tells believers to deny his name. Oh, but by his power, you will hear me say, I will not be shaken, I will not be moved. I'm gonna stand in faith and watch what the Lord will do. I'm holding to the promise that God is in control. I will not be shaken, no, 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 no. My hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and righteousness. And I won't be shaken. My hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and righteousness. And I said I won't be shaken. I will not be shaken. I will not be moved. I'm gonna stand in faith and watch what the Lord will do. I'm holding to the promise that God is in control. I will not be shaken. No, I will not be shaken. I will not be moved. I'm gonna stand in faith and watch what the Lord will do. I'm holding to the promise that God is in control. I will not be shaken. No, 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 no. I will not be shaken. No, 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 no. I will not shake. I will not shake. I will not move. I will not move. I'll not shake. I'll not shake. I'll not move. I'll not move. I'll not shake. I'll not shake. I'll not move.
You've been listening to The Morning Show with Natalie Duncan-Emmons. We're glad you joined us. We want to invite you back tomorrow when once again you'll hear some of the very best in gospel music and some of the finest in Christian entertainment. Will you join us tomorrow? Is it a date? We'll look for you then. God bless and goodbye, everybody.